What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Monday, February 20th. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a part 2 series covering the best Solana founders in the NFT space within its ecosystem. Now, there are 3 NFT founders I definitely want to share with you because these 3 founders are considered pioneers in my own point of view. These people have created their own innovations within NFTs, and some of them have branched off to expanding their NFTs to just being more than just a JPEG, more than just utility, but mostly about community and about growth. So we're going to cover these 3 founders, and I will share with you what they've been doing to innovate in this space. Now, everything in this video is not financial advice, just my own opinion, just for your own entertainment. So please do your own due diligence before investing in any of these projects. And as always, be sure to like up that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So on Magic Eden, there are a ton of founders, but these 3 I cannot wait to share with you. Let's focus on the first founder, and that's going to be with the Utes collection. Now, if you don't know what Utes is, it's also the second collection to come out of the DeGods NFT collection and community. Who is the founder of this collection? Well, his name is Frankie, or Frank DeGods. Now, he recently has changed his username to frankdegods.eth. That is because he just recently bought that domain name, but also he's actually migrating both DeGods and Utes to different blockchains. DeGods is migrating over to Ethereum. Utes is migrating over to Polygon. And what's great about Frank is that he's always been an innovator within the space. And when there comes innovation, there also is skeptics. There's also criticism. But usually those are the type of people that really change the game, the ones that cause disruption. Steve Jobs is a great example of disruption. He disrupted the way we handle information on our phones, how we handle music, how we are able to obtain content, all within a mobile device. So in a way, that's a reminder that when you create innovation, when you do something different, it's actually quite exciting for holders who are part of this journey because they get to experience something new. Now, a really important note is that DeGods and Utes has multi-millions of dollars flowing within its ecosystem. This is people buying off secondary and also trading volume as well. And this is in US dollars. Because based on this tweet from Texo, apparently DeGods market cap is roughly ranked 3,100 out of 3,567 out of all in real life businesses. So it's really cool to see a Web3 brand, a Web3 company compared to in real life businesses. So obviously NFTs are growing, but substantially DeGods is growing much faster. Now, in other news, since we already talked about Utes going to Polygon and DeGods going over to Ethereum, there are also many different DeGods that were burned before all this migration started happening. So people were wondering what was going to happen to those burned DeGods. Now, this was an actual sneak peek of something called an actual block, and no one knew what that actually meant. But if you check this out, basically he's taking a lot of the burned DeGods and putting it over to Bitcoin and creating its own block. So basically the image that you just saw before is basically a way to describe that you can put all your DeGods into one block. And this is the first innovation. There is no marketplace for Bitcoin NFTs, which is actually quite interesting. But all of a sudden, we're starting to see more garnered attention towards people migrating their NFTs over to the Bitcoin blockchain. So DeGods is one of the first NFT collections to literally have their collection on the block for Bitcoin. So that's really cool. And Ordinals right now even shared this one post about DeGods being listed on Ordinals. And Ordinals is going to be a great way to validate, to make sure that these collections are real. And make sure to follow their Twitter page, just because there's going to be a lot of scam links out there that's going to tell you this is the DeGods collection, this is the DeGods collection, but really it could be a scam link and you could be buying a fake image for thousands or maybe multi-thousands of dollars. So just be very careful. So be sure to check this out because Frank DeGods has said incredible work, which means that this is kind of a validated link right here in case you haven't checked it out. So keep in mind, he's also innovated their own token. So the Dust token is their actual native token. So if you stake your DeGods, you can earn Dust token. And it's passive income, basically. And right now it has an 80 million market cap, still fully diluted market cap around 80 million as well. So that's really good to see that these two numbers are really close together. This is where it's being evaluated at. That's this market cap. But as you can see here, the price of this Dust token is actually on a dip. Right now it's around $2.04, but not too long ago it was actually less than that. It was actually 36 cents. So honestly, is this a good dime to get an exposure to this. Is this good to add to your portfolio? Well, it's really up for you to decide, because its all-time high was around $6. So keep that in mind. And if you're interested, go over to Radium. You can use USDC, possibly Solana, and say, for instance, you put $10 in USDC to swap for a dust token, you roughly get around 4 dust tokens. But again, if you own a DGODS, you don't have to worry about buying it, because you literally be earning it staking your DGOD. So that's the first person. Let's talk about the second innovator. Now, we also have the ABC collection. Again, I remember when I saw this collection at around literally like 1.5 Solana, and people were asking me, should he get in? Should I have exposure? I didn't really understand it, but what was really great about this collection is that it was basically kid drawings. It was very fun. It kind of reminds me of how we shouldn't take NFTs too seriously, because we kept looking for, what's the utility? What's this bringing value to holders? But people just wanted exposure to this without even knowing the utility. And seriously, this went up from 1.5 Solana to over 100 Solana. That's how crazy this is. It already has 1.8 million in Solana trading volume. That's insane. And if you want to talk about committed holders, 1,700 unique owners and only 143 listed. Now, who is the founder? Well, his name is HGE.abc, or also known as HGE Soul. Now, this person is the person behind the collection, but also behind HadesSwap. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Hades token is the native token to HadesSwap, right now trading around $1.40. Now, if we look at the all-time high, it's around roughly $3.72, maybe even higher than that, up to even close to $4. But really, it's on a discount right now. And this token was actually released not too long ago. Now, if we look at HadesSwap, it basically, if you compare it to Magic Eden, have 50% of the trading volume compared to Magic Eden. That means that there's a lot of activity on HadesSwap. Now, this is the actual website for HadesSwap. It basically is saying that's the best NFT marketplace on Solana for traders. But it's not just for the NFTs as well, but it's also for the pools. You can always join the pools and start pairing things and putting things in a bond. Now, what does that actually mean? Let's go into more detail. So HGE.abc said this: remember that by bonding NFTs plus SOL, the protocol will own them as a POL, protocol owned liquidity. In exchange, you will get a discounted vested Hades token and can go into large sizes without slippage fees. The protocol is owned by Hades, which you that control this liquidity. And these are great examples of where you can bond, your NFTs with SOL and have discounted Hades token. So that's really good to see. And if you're interested, you can always go to Radium. Again, I'm using the example of $10 in USDC. If you want to buy Hades, it's 6.9 Hades token in exchange. Now, also, last thing I want to share with you is that there's actually a game that's going to be coming out pretty soon. I don't know if this is already out already, but basically Octo 8 Gaming worked with ABC to create this mobile game. So it's taking your little animated or cartoonish animations and putting it into a game where you can actually interact and start playing. So that's really cool to see that literally an NFT that went from 1.5 Solana to over 100 Solana to 1.8 million Solana trading volume to this is quite amazing. So we're talking about innovators here, and this is absolutely a great innovator right now. Shout out to HGE.Soul. Absolutely amazing. Now, last person and last collection that we're going to talk about is Tayo Pilots. Now, Tayo Pilots is part of the Tayo Robotics NFT collection. There's a ton of these collections right here. But the reason I'm sharing Tayo Pilots is because it's quite affordable. People can purchase this for a good entry point. But if we go to Tayo Robotics, there are a ton of collections. We have the actual robotics. We have the infants, which are the miniature versions of these. Again, the artwork is going to be upgraded pretty soon from what I hear. There's the oil, there's the parts, and there's the pilots. Now, who started all this or maybe help revive this project? We got to talk about him, Soulport Tom. Now, if you haven't already, be sure to follow this person. Now, the reason I bring up Soulport Tom is because this project was originally a rug project, which meant that the original founders ended up just taking liquidity and going on the run and not actually innovating within this project. But Soulport Tom actually saved the project from it and basically derugged it and revived it. And it's been over a year since then, and you've seen the price action of this collection go over 100 Solana, which is absolutely amazing. Now, we also got to talk about something that's going to happen really soon, which is there's going to be a new roadmap. There's also new art. There's going to be new revenue share products, new ways to spend your graphite token. What is this graphite token? So basically, this graphite token is something that could be really huge later on. And I do believe that you just need to stake some of your NFTs. It could be the Tayo Pilots in order to get the graphite token. Now, it says here, the mainframe ready for deployment. Big mints in graphite being secured. First set of clients onboarded to labels. The future of minting is being created by Graphite. Now, again, I don't know too much details around this, but if you are interested, Graphite tokens could be used to be traded right here on Jupiter. And if you click on this link, it'll take you straight here and it'll give you an example of, like, if you spend $10, you can get around 18 of these tokens of Graphite in exchange. And you can do it on here, Jupiter. You can use Orca swap as well. Now, the reason we cover Tile Pilots is because it's definitely one of the innovators that carries an amazing storyline. And honestly, the artwork is probably going to be amazing because it hasn't revealed yet. But again, we're talking about innovators in the space. People are trying to tell great narratives within this ecosystem, keeping their audiences engaged. But what's great about Soulport Tom is that he literally saved a project and made it much better. And again, we're here to talk about founders that really have changed the Solana ecosystem. If they're going to a different blockchain or if they're staying, that's what's amazing. So in conclusion, you need to follow all these different founders because again, they're just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more other Solana founders, Solana NFTs that are out there that we need to cover, and we need to hear your thoughts down below on both YouTube and Twitter, who those founders are, who's innovating in the space, because we want to highlight them in our videos. So with that said, leave a comment down below. I look forward to reading your thoughts, and as always, be sure to like up that button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to join our Patreon page to support the content that we bring to you on a daily basis, but also to receive alpha calls on both buy-sell orders on cryptocurrency and on NFTs. And with that said, we'll see you guys and girls next time.